When Chris Claremont came to me and asked me to do the 3-issue Demon Bear story arc, I think I'd seen a little bit of what had been done, sort of the precursor for those issues. But all I knew is that I wanted to do a character that had aspects of a bear, but not necessarily had to be a literal photo representation of a bear. Because the benefit of dealing with dream logic or nightmares is that anything goes. So, and at that time I also happened to be really into, again, animation, like the Tex Avery and Chuck Jones and some of the cartoons from like the cartooning, the comic strips from like the 1900s, where you've got a lot of exaggeration there as well. But also I was into Hunter Thompson. I was reading Hunter Thompson as well. David Lynch, as a film director. All of these things were in there, and I don't think, again, it was not a conscious decision to go, okay, I'm going to draw how things feel. It just came out that was how they felt. With the exaggeration and with the distortions and with the sort of weird eyes, and I want it to be like something that people hadn't seen before. So it was kind of an experiment, and I do remember when I did it, I felt I was actually, it was something a feeling I hadn't felt since I was a little kid when I was doing comics for myself, where I actually, if I was drawing snow scenes, or especially snow scenes. For some reason, maybe growing up in the very, very rural area, when we would get the snowfalls, because where I grew up was called the Icebox of New Jersey. When we get these snowfalls, they were pretty heavy, and they would blanket everything. And because I lived in such a very, very open space, I could go out in my snow boots with my dog and just get lost in this wintry wonderland. It was very, very quiet, and there was a sense of peace to it too. And I know that when I was doing, my own comics, I would sort of revisit trying to put myself in that environment. But when I was doing the New Mutants and I was doing the Demon Bear saga with the demon who brought the winter with him, I know that I felt like I was immersing myself as well as the characters. I wasn't just drawing them in this sort of environment. I kind of felt like I could feel what it was like to be in that situation. So I actually put myself in the position of the characters, and what would this bear creature be like if in terms of if I was one of these kids, what would it be that would frighten me? And some of the things that in panels, I mean, everybody kind of concentrates on the bear, but there were panels I did with that had to do with dark alleys and dark hallways and things. So I was really trying to capture some of the more psychological aspects of pure horror film as well.